Hi, I'm with Sheila Terrell, who's the Executive Director of RISE Memphis. And Sheila, you are the expert, and your agency's the expert in all things finances. So, talk to me about what it means to handle a budget, maybe coming right out of high school, or maybe as an adult in COVID world.
Well, the first thing we do is we talk about the words spending plan and not budget because the word budget has such a negative connotation. And we use spending plan because that helps you to plan where your money is to go. I often say to people who are in our classes when I stop by that if you don't tell your money where to go at the end of the month, it won't tell you where it went. And so you have to develop a plan to spend your money, i.e., the spending plan. That's the first thing. The second thing is during COVID, after COVID, before COVID, you want to make sure that you are covering your basic necessities. You must have a roof over your head. So you want to, first of all, make sure you have somewhere to live, decent and affordable. You also want to make sure that you have utilities. You also want to make sure that you have food. Everything else can wait. And what I mean by that, when you look at a priority list of your spending plan, food, shelter, and your utilities, those are basic. Mm-hmm. Everything else, we work on them, but those are the three priorities. Even during COVID, we're spending a lot more time at home. And so definitely you want to make sure that your rent is paid and your mortgage is paid.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. So what advice do you have if you're leaving high school, going into college this summer, planning to get back out there in the world after COVID, for handling money? I know a lot of people are excited about the idea of going out to eat and vacations if they are able to, but we're just getting back to it. So what are your thoughts on that?
Again, you want to make sure you have your basic necessities for our young people who are off to college. You want to make sure that you, first of all, have researched every possible grant opportunity that may be available to you. You want to contact your school's financial aid office. You want to ask every adult that you know. You want to go to the state's website to find out what resources are available. For our working adults who are getting back into the workforce, the first thing that you want to do, of course, after you make sure your necessities are taken care of, is that you want to begin saving some money. If COVID has taught us nothing else, it is that you absolutely cannot spend all of your money because no one expected this, and millions of people were caught off guard with no savings. You have got to plan for an emergency.
That can be hard to do.
It can be hard to do, but it can be done. Let me give you just an example. When we first started RISE a while back, 21 years ago now, I frequented a fast food restaurant, and the combo was like $4 and some change. If I put that same $4 and change aside every week, because I was going just about every day. I've learned a lot in my time here at RISE too. If I put that money aside, at the end of the year, I will have saved $1,040. And who couldn't use $1,040? So you want to make sure that you temper your expenses. I know everybody's tired of being cooped up. And we have been that way now for a year. But think about if this happens again, then what do you do? Because this is a time, I say, this is the reset button. If you're able to get back in the workforce now, you want to plan in case some other emergency happens. It could not be a global pandemic, but it could be that at some point in time you lose your job. You want to have a minimum of 3 months a minimum of 3 months reserve on all of your expenditures in a savings account. And as soon as you can get there, then you continue to add to that account. Now, there are some who will say, oh, that is impossible. Nothing is impossible if you set your mind to it. It may take some of us a little bit longer than others, but you can do it. Even if you start off with just $10 a week, putting that up, just keep depositing it in a savings account, and then deposit it into a savings account that is not affiliated with your regular checking account, bank where you bank with your checking account. Why? It's so easy to just hit that button and say transfer when you find a new purse that you want to buy, or everybody's going out to eat and you want to go. I would suggest that you have a savings account at a different bank or financial institution or credit union. You know, shout out to our local credit unions, and make sure that you always have your future in mind. And one other tip I like to tell people is that every time you spend money, monetize it. For an example, if you make $10 an hour and you want to go out with your friends and you know that meal is going to cost you $20, think to yourself, I have to work 2 full hours in order to realize that $20. And actually more than 2 hours, because when you think about taxes and insurance and all of that, you don't actually pull the $20. You don't actually have an opportunity to spend that $20. So think about those things. And I promise you, it is humbling to think, now I have to work 20 hours to enjoy this chicken and salad. I don't think I want to do that. How about we all get together and potluck, or even in COVID, let's all get together and space 6 feet apart in the backyard, you know, just have a small group of people. So there are ways to think too. You have to figure out a way to fund the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah. Are there tools that people can use that you recommend to help with this? Because I think it can sometimes sound very emotional or complicated if work is complicated right now.
Well, there are many online resources, and then RISE Foundation. If you are working and eligible for earned income tax credit, you can apply to our Save Up program. That's a matched savings and financial education program for our adults. We are the nonprofit manager for the Greater Memphis Financial Empowerment Center. That's a place where you can go and work with a certified financial counselor for up to a year on any financial goals that you have, whether that's reducing debt, whether that's getting ready to purchase a home, whether that's improving your credit, establishing your spending plan. All of those things are offered here at the Greater Memphis Financial Empowerment Center as a resource free of charge for those who live in Shelby County. And last but certainly not least, if we have any employers who are watching, why don't you consider giving the gift of financial employment to your employees through RISE's Common Sense CENTS program? That's where we come out. We're doing most things virtual now, but we come out and we educate your workforce on what it means to manage your basic personal finances effectively and efficiently.
That sounds like an amazing tool for lots of different people. Do you have anything coming up that people can be a part of?
Well, Common Sense with the employers, we can schedule those at any time. With our Save Up program, if people will go to our website at www.RISE Memphis, the dates for the fiscal year are listed there. And for the GMFEC, if you would just call our offices at RISE, go on our website, or you can go to gmfec.org and schedule an appointment. And as soon as a counselor is available, they will get you in.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for giving us so much great, initial advice on some of those 4 pillars of financial literacy, saving and spending, and then of course investing. And we didn't even touch on credit today. which is a huge issue, I know, for some people. But I will hope that people will take advantage of some of these tools. We will have them on our website, and we'll include them with this video. Sheila,
Wonderful.
do you have anything else that you can think of that you would like people to participate in? I think you were saying you have a webinar coming up.
We do. We have a webinar coming up. It will be an hour long on Tuesday, April the 27th at 5:30 p.m. via our Facebook Live page. We're going to spend the first 30 minutes talking about finances for our adults, and we're going to spend the last 30 minutes talking about finances for our high schoolers who are entering into adulthood. We will have some guest panelists, and we'll have lots of fun, and we'll also have an opportunity for a couple of people to win some gift cards that, I'm sure that most of us could certainly use during this particular time.
Gift
But
card.
RISEMemphis.org. Check our website out, check our Facebook page out, and there's a lot of information there that's useful.
Thank you for helping with family literacy and the Collierville Literacy Council. I really appreciate you, Sheila.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.